So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, I'll introduce podcasting to you. And I hope that at the end of the meeting, we will know the meaning of podcasting. I'll share a small piece with you, ladies and gentlemen, and
Antarctica, the Earth's coldest continent, the one that is most hostile to life. Here, 800 miles from the South Pole, it's 40 degrees below zero. Of all the millions of species of animals on Earth, only one can live here permanently. A Weddell seal. She can survive because she can dive below the ice. Here she is protected from the storms above, and here too she can find food.
the piece you've just seen is from BBC Live, and the commentator was the Sir David Attenborough, a very famous commentator, a podcaster in nature movies, in the series of Our Blue Planet. As you have seen, ladies and gentlemen, podcasting is art. From podcasting, you have to know that there is always music out of the words that we talk. Ladies and gentlemen, we all talk daily. We all talk to our beloved ones. We all talk about audience. We talk about in work, out of work. But what about if we talked behind a microphone and casted our voice to all of us, to all the audiences and all the listeners all around the world. This is the meaning of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting is to practice using the internet or to make a digital recording and broadcast this recording on a computer, on a mobile voice, or on a vocal piece. And ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it is about communication at the end. So how strong your communication tools are in podcasting, you can see, for example, we have means of communication. We have visible or visible communication, and there is auditory. So once, if I talk, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about this day. This, where do you see or where do you hear this theme? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about this meeting today. You hear this in a boxing ring. On the right corner, weighing 540 pounds, Jimmy, the fly smoker. On the left side, there's the barbarian, weighing 450 pounds. It is, ladies and gentlemen, let's ready to rumble. You remember that? You remember that? Yeah, this is what podcasting is about. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start now let's jump into the the speech, but who's the timer? Just this is a question I want to ask, ladies and gentlemen. Who's our timer? Oh, Layla Al-Aradi. Okay. So Toastmaster Layla Al-Aradi, can you introduce the time required for the speakers, please? Just and check your the cards, and hopefully the things will work well. So Toastmaster Layla, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmasters, and if there are any guests. Today, I'm going to be the timer for the whole meeting. For the speakers, for the prepared speech speakers, I will put the green light when the timing reach to 5 minutes, and the yellow light for the 6th minute, and red light for the 7th minute. For the table topic session, I will put on the green light for the 1st minute, the yellow light for the 1.5 minute, and the red light for the 2nd minute. For the evaluators, I will show the green light in the 2nd minute. Sorry, the 1st minute, the 2nd, the 2nd, and the yellow light. I forgot the evaluators. The 1st minute will be.
You are correct. Go on.
The first green or the 2nd green?
First green.
First green, yellow.
Yeah, first green, the 2nd yellow, and the 3rd red. Sorry for that. Okay, and there are 30 seconds grace period in all speeches. Wish you all the best. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Layla Al-Aradi. Where do you hear these podcasts? In a car auction. 525, 526, 529, 6,000, 6,001, 6,002, 6,003. Oh no, 7,000, 1,000, going once, going twice, going third. And then deal is accomplished. And in auctions, you can see the podcaster talks very fast, okay? But in drama, or for example, if you switch on Bahrain radio, then you would see different types of talking. Who can tell me an example or a favorite way of casting based on your experience of hearing radios? The floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. I want an example of a podcaster that you hear in Bahrain radio, for example, or a style you hear, you understand based on your experience in podcasting, in the radio. You hear, for example, news, television news, right? You hear, for example, there's another thing, for example, a interview or sports commentator, football or basketball, right? Or you can hear a storytelling podcaster for children, or for example, an open program, like for example, a comedy. Each of those, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear different podcasting style, okay? So number one, that element that controls our style is the content of the speech. The content of the speech determines the style we will follow, okay? So if I say, for example, I will give you an example, and I want you to tell me, where do we hear this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a game of 16 holes, 15 participants from best of the world are competing today for our 16 holes to see who is the champion.
International.
International, and this is a game of golf, okay? Game of golf. The commentator goes about this type of rhythm, talking slowly, talking quickly, and changing the speed of the words, the pitch, to make the words or to make the communication with the audience or with the viewers. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward. I just have a point here, just to make or say a point that I don't see the counter, and who will be the counter, ladies and gentlemen? Because I only see grammarian or Toastmaster TM Nasser and the timer Layla Al-Aradi, but who will do the accounting? Toastmaster Mahmoud or Toastmaster Abdulaziz? Is there an accounting for our session today? Because I want to introduce the role players' roles now.
Yes, so good morning, Toastmaster Nasser and everyone. So for today, we only have the timer and the grammarian as functionary only.
Okay, our functionaries. So then our functionaries have been introduced. Okay, well enough. Then, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump to our speaking session. Before introducing Toastmaster Jaafar, then let's introduce his evaluator, Toastmaster Father Sayyid Fadl Alawi, to talk about what the objectives of his speaker. Toastmaster Sayyid Fadl, the floor is yours.
MC, fellow Toastmaster, dear guests, good morning. I take the floor from you. The speech of my friend TM Jaafar the speech titled "Understanding the Communication Style." The purpose of the speech, the purpose is of this project is for member to identify his leadership style or styles. The purpose of his speech for this speech for the member to share some aspect of his leadership style. Discuss leadership style in general. So my role to evaluate him about leadership in style in general. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sayyid Fadl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into our speaking session with our wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla. Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla is a shiny speaker, shiny member from STC. His roles and his contributions are very famous and made him really a champion in Toastmasters. Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla, you may take the floor, my friend. The floor is yours. Just let me announce to the timer. Just note that our speaker has 5 to 7 minutes, Toastmaster Reda. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser, for this lovely introduction. You are the shining and you are the heart of this meeting. And actually, I recommend the timer to stop the timing because I didn't start. And also for Sayyid Fadil, I will speak about my communication style, not leadership style, my communication style. Okay? Now the timer, you can start the time. We communicate with other people on daily basis, and the goal of that communication is always the same: to feel the value and understood. And we may all use styles of communication, but most of us haven't spent much time thinking about which one we use the most and whether it is effective or not. Actually, it takes time to figure it out. Fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, good morning. Have you ever had one of those moments in a school or at Toastmaster meeting or business meeting, or even just talk to someone or a friend, when you notice that their attention is somewhere else? Or maybe you talk are tapping on the table or rolling on his eyes, that you feel that he is outside of your attention. And so why does some people did this? Well, it is possible that the style of communication we are using at that time wasn't right for that particular situation or person. There are 4 different type or style of communication: analytical, direct, initiating, and supportive. And to remember these 4, you can create acronym. For example, DIAS: direct, initiating, analytical, and supportive. And I will take the floor and share with you some impacts of the communication style on my career. The first situation, the time was 2007. I worked as a science teacher in an intermediate public school near to my house and my home, approximately around 2 kilometers or less than that. In fact, I wasn't happy. I was struggling dealing with children. Every day there is many problems, many situations, many difficulties, and I don't know what I have to do. Until one partner approached me and advised me to apply a request to change the school or transfer me to another school. And because I am easygoing, I believe and trusted him. So I called the head manager, and believe me, fellow Toastmaster, it is not easy for us as a teacher to change the school or change the position of your job. I was lucky because the officer in the charge gave me a hope when he said, I can assign you in another school if there is a vacancy. And the good news that we have a chance in Duraz school, which is 15 kilometers far away from my house. And he continued by saying, the bad news is that you have half hour to decide whether you accept that school or keep you in this school. Again, because I am slow in big decision. I consider that as my salvation from that school. So I accepted to go to the Raz school. And to be frank with you, it wasn't right decision. And the second situation, the time was 2008, and the place was the Raz Intermediate School. Most of teachers tend to teach one curriculum. And because I am easily bored with routine, I was insisting to teach two curriculum. And I still remember the headmaster asking me why you are choose to take a difficult route when there is an easy and simple way. And I always reply to him, I like that. It takes many years for me to discover that it wasn't the right decision. And it is difficult for most teachers to manage the time and effort on teaching 2 or 3 or 4 curriculum. To summarize, my communication style as following. I am calm, slow in big decision, steady, approachable, easygoing, and easily bored with routine. And my question, can you guess what was my communication or what is my communication style out of 4? Diaz, remember Diaz. Direct, initiative, approachable, appreciative, direct, initiative, and A for analytical, and S for supportive. Back to you, Master of the Day.
Thank you very much, Master Jaafar Abdulla. DAs is also, just for your information, so DAs is a tone or is a tone divider that is that exists in our famous melody, the Hijaz. So we say, for example, the fa diez, which means that the fa step or the tone of fa is jumped to half or one and a half step above. So that when you jump a tone 1.5 step, then there is a mark called diez. So thank you very much for this wonderful information. And ladies and gentlemen, back to our podcasting. Every night or every daily, we hear about news, okay? And the key here is to, ladies and gentlemen, to find the content. If the news is sad, then there is a tone that should tell us that the news or the type of script is sad. For example, bombardments or wars and whatsoever is very, very sad thing. And so you cannot podcast such sentences with thrilly type of podcasting. You have to show it, okay? Especially if you are behind a microphone. Behind a microphone, you have to show the feeling. As I introduced in the beginning of the session today, Sir David Attenborough, to bring us alive in his documentaries, he always uses this style. Our planet Earth, a wonderful place to live in, consists of water covering 72% of its surface, while lands that we all live in covers only 28 of it. No one appreciates the processes of nature except whoever live in it and study it. So this is the way podcasting of documentary. And as I told you, if someone can tell me, for example, out of his imagination, if I want to say that, for example, a person that will, a person visiting will visit us in Bahrain today, what style should we use to pass this news, for example? The floor is open to you. Okay, I'll pick Toastmaster Yasser Safar.
Yes, Bali, go ahead.
If you want to tell somebody behind a microphone that a person will visit us today, what do you think the style would be? Or how would you pass the information? How would you put the right melody in these words just to pass this information? The floor is yours, sir.
Whenever there's a special person visiting us, either it is in our family, so we will prepare and first of all will inform my wife that we have very important person.
How would you tell your family? Give us an example.
I will say that today is prepare all yourself. Today we have very important person like Abu Ali is coming to our home. So make sure everything is set and everything goes well. So be ready before the times arrived. And if you need any more support, then we will spread also the responsibility for making the functions going well. So I will say, be ready. At this time, Mr. Ba'ali will come and visit our home by this way, and lovely way.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yasser. Yes. Because it is a happy moment that a precious person is visiting, then this has to also show in the podcasting. Okay, this has to appear, and this has to be or conveyed to the recipient, to the audience, that okay, this is a happy moment. So when I, for example, want to say that in news, I would say, for example, at 7 o'clock a.m. or 7 o'clock p.m., a very precious person will come to us. Do you remember Bali? A very dear friend of mine? Oh yes, we remember. Yes, Ali will visit us today. So make sure that everything will be right, everything is okay, and everything is on control, and we will receive him today at 7 p.m. This evening we'll receive Ali at 7 p.m. So kindly be ready. So you can mix the command and the joy together, because you want to pass your joy to others. Now, Toastmaster Vivek, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Toastmaster Vivek, what do you think about weather broadcasting? You see that news, the way they broadcast weather. Give me an impression about it.
I think how they actually speak about, what do you say, about the weather or stuff like that is in a very constant manner. For example, in the earlier case where you're speaking about people welcoming, for example, a dignitary is coming to Bahrain, or maybe someone important is coming, they'll put that energy inside it. So there's that energetic fashion. You are trying to convey excitement to your audience, so you'll do that. Well, compared to weather, I feel that it's mostly constant. There's a kind of a constant feel to it. There's nothing remarkably different from one day or the next day. It's the same tone, same tenor. I think they want to convey a sense of stability when you are speaking about the weather, as compared to, for example, when you speak about music. If it's music, you will always speak in a very energetic manner. You want people to call in, and you put in a lot of excitement, cheery, bubbly sensation. But there's no such kind of a thing in weather. There's always a constancy. This is what I have seen.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vivek. Indeed, informative way of speaking. When you want to cast an informative content, like for example the weather forecast, then you're right. There is a pillar you have to stick with, and there's the frame that you cannot go out of, because you're not passing feelings, you're not inspiring, you are informing. Okay? So therefore, the way that, as you mentioned, Toastmaster Vivek, every night you see the same format, the same template of speech delivered from the in weather broadcasting. Exactly. So unlike, for example, music casting, yes, you're right, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pass to the heart soul of Toastmaster sessions, as I thought of it and still think about it. It is the table topic session, where you can learn to speak and think instantaneously, impromptu speak. You can improvise. You can show the master and the demon of speech that is hidden inside you. Really, a table topic master is the most energetic part, because it's the most challenging and the most, I would say, really a most reflective of the Toastmaster inside you. So ladies and gentlemen, to jump into that, kindly welcome with us Toastmaster Atong. Toastmaster Atong will deliver the table topic session. Toastmaster Atong, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I take the floor as today's table topic master. Table topic enables a member to improve the skill of impromptu speaking. Table topic also help train a member to quickly organize and express their thoughts. You can think of a table topic as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. Along with club members, I would encourage even the guests to participate. Each speaker requires to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Please use the word of the day in your speech. Take the floor. I would write the topic in the group chat. I mean the chat. Any volunteers to participate? Can I have any volunteers?
I'll volunteer, Toastmaster Atong. No problem. I'll do that.
Great.
Toastmaster Jaafar raised his hand first.
Okay, Toastmaster Jaafar then.
So this is for Toastmaster Jaafar. If not now, then when?
Can you repeat the question?
If not now, then when? If it is not now, then when it is?
I will take the floor now. Thank you, table topic master, fellow Toastmaster. Good morning again. It was maybe 20 years before, when I was in the primary school, when I notified that I was liking the calligraphy. what we call it al-Khatt al-Arabi. After a few years, I didn't recognize that in every habit or every skills, you have to practice, you have to pay attention, you have to give it effort, steps that you will see the achievement. If you ignore it, nothing will happen. And I keep asking myself, if it not now, after 20 years, if it is not now, then when the time comes when I see myself as a good calligrapher, for many skills we have, or we are trying to achieve, my advice to myself and my humble recommendation for you, if you are trying to learn new skills, make it today better than tomorrow. Because if you delay, nothing will happen. Take the action. If it is not now, then nothing will be seen. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, TM Jaafar. Next one is, what motivates you to be your best? This is for TM Nasser. What motivates you to be your best?
Development is a path in life that all living organisms and all people follow. All of us have motives, ladies and gentlemen. We may want money, we may want happiness, we may want a position, we may want also to feel better. All these motivators act to develop inside a human being just to make his life better. So motivation, ladies and gentlemen, without motivation, life is static, is just a piece of solid piece, just like this iPhone, right? Without moving. Motivation makes me moving. So for myself, knowledge and science were all well, I mean, most of my time, science motivated me. The joy and the wonders in science motivated me to know better, to be better, and to contribute to the environment better, to save. Every day I pray to God, may God the Almighty kindly make me a humble servant for humanity. And the way to serve humanity is to make our lives better and to make our earth better and to make the place we live a better place. Back to you.
Thank you, TM Nasser. This is for TM Vivek. Difference between living and existing.
All right. I think existing refers to a static status. So that's like saying a rock exists or a table exists or a chair exists. It is not being animated. Living is what we refer to as for animals or for humans. And sometimes I find that trees are in the middle. They are neither static nor dynamic. They're right in the middle. So I think the difference between living and existing is in existing, life only happens to you, but you do not give back to life. That is technically speaking existing. There's no reaction. But in living, there is an equal and opposite exchange. There's going to be action to you, and you're going to react to that. In fact, that's what we call life. It's never action alone. It's action and reaction. In fact, it's the reaction that defines you, that is emblematic of you, and what makes you you, all right? I mean, the same situation may happen to you and may happen to me and may happen to someone else. But what causes the difference between them? What causes some people to crack and some people to rise? There are some people who react very negatively to COVID, and for some other people, it's nothing. So this is reaction. It's a reaction what defines us, and it is reaction that differentiates the living from those who are existing. Those who are in coma, they are existing, but those who are interacting, like us in Toastmasters, we are living. We are acting as well as reacting. Over to you.
Thank you, Dean Vivek. Do we have any volunteers for the next topic? Should I pick one?
Toastmaster Fidda is raising her hand.
Great. What is your favorite simple pleasures? This is for Dean Fita. What is your favorite simple pleasures?
What is my favorite simple pleasure? Table topic master, fellow taskmaster, honor guests, good morning. Well, sometimes when we look at things, sometimes the simple things gives you the joy, gives you the pleasure. And what makes my time is very joyful and happy when I work using my hands. When I do something by my own hands, I touch it, I feel it, and I think it changes my mood, it changes my also thinking about things. So currently, what I do is making piñata by my own hands. And I forget about everything. I forget about the time I take doing such thing. So it gives me pleasure. And when I think about it, it gives other as well pleasure, happiness when they are gathering with their family. So it gives them also pleasure. So when I think that there are other people are happy, I feel also happy, and the joy is extending within myself. So the simple thing I do is I like, and it gives me pleasure, is working by my own hands, working by my own hands. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Dean Fita. We have the last topic. We have any volunteers? Should I pick one?
Okay.
Great. This is TM Ahmed. What makes you smile?
What makes me smile? There is a lot of things that make me smile. For example, fast thinking. If you are thinking fast and give answer quickly, people will think you are it's smile. Oh, sorry, it's a smile. A lot of things. The happiness of my children make me smile. When I achieve something that I work hard for it, it makes me smile. When I saw the things that I pay attention to it and I work hard to achieve it, getting better, that makes me smile. This is the things that I care about and makes me smile. Back to you, Toastmaster Atong.
Thank you very much, TM Ahmed. Thank you to all the participants, and here ends the table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Atong. Very deep philosophical questions. Don't you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen? Beautiful questions. And I really like the most, what's the difference between existing and living? This was a very deep question indeed. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Atong, for bringing our knowledge and really teasing our mentalities and our thinking. And this is what Toastmasters is about. This is what top table topic session is about. Ladies and gentlemen, just within 1 minute or two, I'll present to you just few tips on how to become a better podcaster. Is my screen open to you? Is the sharing working?
Yes, okay.
The presentation, okay. The name of the game is bringing melody out of script, and the number one step is to test your vocal range, understand your topic, determine the correct theme, and then enjoy the journey. That's how you build up a podcasting say style. Okay, so on test your vocal range, this is the most fun part. Okay, just make sure that you're alone and you're in a room very separated. Close the door and then come back and sit and test your vocal range. As you can see in the drawings here, there is a range from lowest to highest on the piano. This is the way of vocal range. Vocal range starts from low voice to high voice, and you have to test where you are situated, because the place you are situated in makes you suitable for a style. For example, no one can perform all podcasting style. Some people have the vocal capabilities for going to sports. So other people having the capabilities of being a correspondent for news agencies and so. Other people can sit behind a microphone and podcast about music, about feeling, about inspiration, whatsoever. So this is the way you do it is this. You try to find the lowest voice of your vocal tones, and then gradually go up until the highest. So you build up your range. And the website here I'm placing here underneath, playback.fm, is an online vocal range tester. So you go to that website and test your vocal range, and surprisingly, it will tell you which songs you can sing. Isn't that fine? All right. So it tells you which songs you can sing, and to which artist, vocal artist, your voice matches. So no, if anybody wants to sing, right? Just make sure that I get some money from your pockets. All right. Because this is a tip of life. Okay. Now choose a topic, show and episode format, cover and art creation, introduction, and equipment selection, audio recording, editing, submitting to Apple. These are the technical steps. I just gave an idea about. Just gave you an idea. This is, ladies and gentlemen, a good diagram that shows the vocal test capability, as you can see, between pitch and volume, loud and soft, low and high. So as you can see where males are and where females are, the soprano for females and tenor for males. So therefore, this is the way they actually separate. For example, there are certain topics that match or that are only strictly fit for men, and other topics are strictly fit for females, for women. The arrow here, the typical vocal range, as you can see, is C2, C3, and C4, C5, C6. These are the octaves. As you can see on the piano, the C2 is the 8 tones, and then C3 and C4 and what so have you. So if you remember the old do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, okay? If you remember the good thing that we used to sing in kindergarten and in primary school, okay? I'll give you an advice. Please make sure that you're alone at home, because you don't want your kids coming to you and say, "Daddy, what's wrong with you?" All right. So this is the. I gave you a tip just to start the podcasting. There is another part for podcasting, is the technical part, how to choose your microphones and how to stress and what amplifiers you use and what software you use for. I did not go through that because this is out of the scope of this session. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now we shall move on for the evaluation session. Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mulla will lead us with the evaluation session, the heart fruit of today's session, the true soul learning session of today. We will be under the courage and the actually Toastmaster Ahmed Abdulla. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nasser, for your subject and everything. It's time for me to take the floor. In Toastmaster, there is no instructor. Instead, each speech will be evaluated. And today, my role is the general evaluator, and I will evaluate the meeting since beginning till the end. To do that, I have a functionary that they are going to help me. First of all, let us hear the timing that consumed by the speaker from our timer, Toastmaster Layla Al-Arab. Toastmaster Layla.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed. Good morning again. For the speaker, Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla, he spent 6 minutes and 52 seconds. For the table topic sessions, Toastmaster Jaafar, 1 minute 45 seconds. Toastmaster Nasser, 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Vivek, 1 minute 48 seconds. Toastmaster Fidda, 1 minute 34 seconds. Toastmaster Ahmed, 47 seconds. Everyone is qualified, and that's all for the both sessions. Back to you, Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Layla, for the wonderful job. So we have one speaker and we have one evaluator. For Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla, please help me to welcome his individual evaluator, Toastmaster Sayyid Fadil. Toastmaster Sayyid Fadil.
Share. Stuck. General Evaluator Master, Toastmaster, dear guest, good morning again. Today, I have to evaluate TM Jaafar about his speech. I take the floor from you. Start my speakers. He start give example for his communication styles. So he's giving us example, and the second point, he give story about himself in communicate. So and in communicate and what happened to him. so we understand the style of his communication. I have a challenge point for him. If you start with something and grab audience with to grab attention with the audience, if you start something to make them grab. If you add some humor in your speech, it will be better, because I believe the humor way, the best way to communicate with others. If you explain the benefit of communication, in your speech, if you explain for us the benefit of communications, so it will be better for us to understand the communication. All in all, your speech, we understand how to communicate with others, and same as I told, the challenge point, if you start with something to grab the audience, if you add some humors in your speech, and if you explain more about the benefit of communications. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Said Fadel, for your evaluation. The third functionary that is going to deliver his report today is Toastmaster Fadda Nasser, the grammarian of today's meeting. Toastmaster Fadda, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed, for giving me the chance to take the floor and give my report about the grammarian role today. So first of all, I'm so happy that many of our Toastmasters today use the word of the day, the phrasal verb take the floor. So Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal used it once. Toastmaster Sayyid Fadel, Toastmaster Jaafar and Atong used the word twice. Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mulla used it once, and Toastmaster Nasser Assad used it as the floor is yours. He used it 4 times. For the good usage of using the language, I like the phrases saying by some of our Toastmaster as how good is your communication and broadcasting? Why you choose the difficult truth while there is an easy one? Another statement or a phrase, mix the command and joy together. If you ignore it, what will happen? Developing is a path in life, and motivation means moving, and the true learning session. So I like these phrases said by our Toastmasters. And the good news that I am not good at catching mistakes, so I couldn't catch many mistakes, or I lose the focus to catch such kind of mistakes, but I have this. You feel he is outside of attention. The good way to say it is you feel he is away of paying attention. And you have a half an hour to decide. We should use it, you should say it as you have half an hour to decide without that. So these are the only 2 things that I think you will benefit from it, because it's not that much long, but instead of saying outside of attention, a way of paying attention. And that's all. Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mulla, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fadda, for your report. Now, let us move to the meeting. We started on time. I always like Toastmaster Mahmoud's speech, the presidential speech. I forgot the timing. Welcome with me, Toastmaster Layla Al-Aradi, for the timing of Toastmaster Said Fadel, the individual evaluator. Toastmaster Leila.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ahmed. The timing for Toastmaster Fadel, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So he's qualified, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Leila, for your effort. So going back to the meeting, Toastmaster Mahmoud always amazed us with the presidential speech and the way that he connects the Toastmaster with the theme of today. Toastmaster Nasser Assad did a good or amazing effort for his team, podcasting, and always when he take a role, amazed us. Toastmaster Jaafar Abdulla, it was a wonderful speech. And as Toastmaster Said Fadel said, that it is very good speech with some point that he said that he wants you to challenge with it in next speech. And always I told you before, we need to hear the vocal variety from Europe. As a theme today is a podcasting, and we hear the vocal variety from Toastmaster Nasser, giving us example of the commentator or informer. I challenge everybody to use the vocal variety in their next speech, not only Toastmaster Jaafar, even me, sometimes I forget to use. I keep one tones only all the speech. And I believe if we use the vocal variety, it will give it for our speeches. The table topic session was run by Toastmaster Atong, and always when she took the role, she did it very well. We are happy to have our champion, Toastmaster Vivek, back after his honeymoon. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vivek, and welcome back to the stage.
Thank you, sir. But I don't think it's a honeymoon. It was just an engagement.
Yeah,
that's it.
kind of. I was going to communicate on this your question, the difference between existing and living. Before the marriage, you were exist. Now you are living.
I think sometimes it's the opposite, you know. You're actually living before the marriage. Then you exist.
That point that I have for today meeting, I hope I did a great good work. I submit the floor back to you, Toastmaster Nasser, for closing the meeting. The Toastmaster Nasser, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ahmed Al Mulla. Thank you for the constructive evaluation. Really, I want to just make you actually play a podcasting, a real podcasting from BBC. And I want you just to, for a minute or 2 minutes, just to taste the vocalities and all the techniques behind, just to give an idea of what a podcaster may do or does in his delivery to make the contents pass the contents, to convey it to you as best as possible. So this is just give me a thumbs up if you hear the voice.
Good morning, welcome to Breakfast with Charlie State and Naga Munchetti.
Our headlines today: a furious backlash from the travel industry as the government axes Portugal from the green list in a bitter blow for holidaymakers.
It's just going to put people off travel, and that's, very damaging for the travel industry.
We just literally missed the cut-off to change our flight. We have to do it within 2 hours, so we can't even get the money back.
So is our big summer getaway cancelled or just delayed? I get reaction from the bosses of EasyJet and Ryanair and ask what happens if you've already booked your trip.
Crowds of up to 10,000 will be allowed at organised outdoor events in Wales from Monday. It's the latest easing of COVID restrictions.
Good morning. Bad news for England fans. Just 1 week away from the European Championships. Defender Trent Alexander-Arnold is ruled out of the tournament after injuring his thigh in England's friendly against Austria.
So, did you notice when she said bad news?
Yeah.
Right? When she said bad news, what did she do?
I think her voice went down.
Yes.
And it slowed down.
Yes.
Her speed also.
Yeah, this is the meaning of how to show your to show the contents through your voice, through your tones, through your pitch, and really even the rhythm. Bad news, and then just a little pause, and then the news went on. So therefore, you can mention, for example, the content is about traveling, and there is a content about reporting of COVID, and the third content was sport. So you can sense the difference between both styles. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, my advice to you, if you like podcasting, I think there is a project in I think Toastmasters speeches in I think there is a podcasting right, Toastmaster Vivek.
There is one like that.
Yes, and my advice is to hear after, of course, after testing your vocal range. Try to hear as much news as possible, as much podcasts as possible with different themes to understand how do you employ your vocal capabilities to certain theme to convey the best communicable message to the recipients, to the audience. And with that, I close my.
Nasser.
Yes.
I want to say something. I think in the broadcast and the radio, if you talk about something, you have to shape your word so the people will understand what you are talking about.
Exactly. You're talking to us, Sponsor Pavel, about the tools of podcasting, the vocal tools, pitch and rate, and rhythm, speed. Also, the pronunciations of the words and the way you actually deliver every letter. So you have to, if those letters and are vague, sort of, the audience kind of scatters, because you don't want to make your audience think, what did he say? You want your audience just to react of what you say. So the clearer you go, the less the less distracted your audience will be. So try to deliver the words as best as you can. And that's, thank you very much for bringing this point, Sayyid Fadl. And ladies and gentlemen, with this, I really thank you for this wonderful session, and I hope that I've made my points and made it as joyful as possible. And now I'll go back to give the floor to Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal, our president. The floor is yours, President Mahmoud. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nasser Assad, for the podcasting theme. We are just about to announce the winners. Can you do the honor with the podcasting voice? Toastmaster Vivek, can you share the result with Toastmaster Nasser?
TM Nasser, you can actually access the result in the poll itself, since you are a co-host. But maybe Toastmaster Mahmoud can privately put a tiebreaker vote. Or, you know, guys, there are two of you waiting to put in your vote. So if you can do that, it'll much more simpler for us.
Okay. By the way, Vivek, I didn't vote. Yeah, I always
You didn't vote? Okay, fine.
That's why.
Okay, in that case, then I will put the vote to, I'll share it with Toastmaster Nasser.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Although we didn't have the chance to say congratulations face to face.
Thank you.
After.
Thank you, Mahmoud. From your evil laugh itself, I understood the the way you're congratulating. It's the way you're congratulating. It makes me think, welcome to hell or something like that.
No, certainly don't mean that.
This is the marriage life. And ask Sayyid Ahmed is here. Ask him, Toastmaster Vivek.
He's the only traitor now. We got him, but we didn't escape.
You speak about you speak about hell, and then the devil came in.
Sayyid Ahmed, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you all?
Alhamdulillah. Long time we did not hear you.
Yeah, what to do? Believe me, I'm a little bit busy, but I saw the WhatsApp and immediately I said, let's come and see what's happening.
Nice to see you. Then
we were speaking with Toastmaster Vivek about the marriage life. You can give him some information about it.
Advice.
This is the podcast of the day, huh? Believe me, Vivek more than capable with all his skills. Now in Toastmaster, I think he is the one getting her bored because he is the one talking more than her.
I think all their conversations are 5 to 7 minutes.
It should be there is light. Yeah, you need to tell her that there is in Toastmaster and there is lights, green, yellow, and red. And I have then 30 seconds to speak, or I will be disqualified.
He can choose 5 minutes, and for her 7 minutes.
So not to disqualify ourselves, Toastmaster Nasser, what about the results? I think we had a fierceful table topic today.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we had a tiebreaker between Toastmaster Vivek and Toastmaster Nasser, but the decider is for Toastmaster Vivek as the best table topic for the day. And congratulations, Toastmaster Vivek, for your achievement, and congratulations for all of us for participating in the table topics and this wonderful session. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Mahmoud, back to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nasser Assad. If you could share the PowerPoint presentation slides, I think they are very useful. Sure. And I do have questions, so I don't know if you have time, but we'll finish the meeting first. Sure. Right, I'd like to give a special thanks to Toastmaster Abdulaziz for coordinating this wonderful meeting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nasser Assad, for providing us with a great value in podcasting. Hopefully, we look forward for you as future podcaster, or for the rest of the members to be potential podcasters. The table topic sessions, thank you so much for enlightening us with opportunities, Toastmaster Atong. And finally, to our general evaluator, who is very, very generous in giving us and providing us constructive feedback. And one last special thanks to all of you who made this meeting a successful one. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you, inshallah, next week. Take care, and hope your families and you stay safe. Stay at home, by the way.
Thank you very much.
We are staying at home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I shared the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, so you're welcome.
By the way, the recording is still on.
I think the reason is, Toastmaster Nasser sent that file to me privately. I think it's not sent publicly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Can you share it in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, why not? I'll share the